Hey everybody, it's Patrick from the Rail Store Knife Shop coming to you with another review. Today I'm going to take a look at the SOG Seal XR. That is one heavy-duty, hard-working knife. SOG's a great company. There's their box they give you. Pretty typical for any SOG thing. They've been around since 1986 and was founded by Spencer Frazier in honor of the MACV SOG team that used to work in Vietnam behind the lines, and he wanted to honor them by building a knife. This knife is something that's more modern than what he originally started the company with. This is the Seal XR, and this is one beefy, hardcore, just a really robust knife. So let's get into it right away. This is built originally for firefighters, police officers, military guys and girls that are out in the job. It's just really robust and really beefy, but everything about the build is really cool and really tight. They were one of the first companies that used an Axis style lock. So you see right there, the Axis style, you pull those buttons right there, flip it out, flip it back. Really nice. It has a flipper, of course, to bring it out. Ball bearings in the pivot, which makes it super, super smooth. You can see when I pull back the crossbar lock, they call it the XR lock, but it is a version of the Axis lock from Benchmade, and I did a great job with it. I kind of like it better than the Axis lock. They just did a really tight feel here. Type of handles on this. In this particular one, they use GRN, which is glass reinforced nylon. Super, super hardcore handle. It does have a nice steel clip that is reversible for lefties and righties. The tip on this is a clip point tip. You'll notice it's got half serrations because in this application for military, police officers, firefighters, more times than not, they'll need something to saw with, so the serrations really help out with that. The coating on this blade is a Cerakote coating, a black Cerakote, a really nice finish, a really, really durable finish. I do like the fact that they've just made everything about this with these people in mind who are going to use this knife for work. So that was kind of a big deal. The steel is S35VN, which is super tough. We're going to get into that when we get into the specs. Lanyard hole in the back. It's pretty small, but hey, I'll live with that. You know me and my lanyards. I got a thing for lanyards. But I really, really love this knife. It is just really robust and really hardcore. I do like the fact, if you notice here, it's got jimping all the way from this top here all the way to the back. The whole point of that jimping is when you are working really hard on the job, no slipping. If you're wearing gloves while you're working with this in the wintertime or something, you're not going to be slipping off. Also, because of that, you'll notice it's got a really, really large finger stop. That's a big deal. Also, when you're working hard, you want something that makes it, no matter how hard you work, it's not going to slip up onto that blade and slice you up. So pretty well done for these guys. They really were thinking about the people who are buying this knife and using it when they put this together. Now remember, the specs, pricing, and links to purchase this are in the description, so you can check that out when we're all done. Speaking of it, let's take a look at the specs. Now, the first thing is the weight, 8.25 ounces. That's pretty beefy. As we said, it's a robust knife. That's what you want when you're out on the job site working. You don't want something that's going to fail. You'll notice even the spine on this is super, super thick, so really nice. Lengthwise on this, full length on this knife open is 9 inches. And you'll notice on the back end, it even has a nice clasp breaker or just a hard banging pommel. So you can go ahead and use that as a hammer. That's 9 inches including that pommel. The cutting edge on this is 3.9 inches. And that goes from this tip all the way back to the back end of the serration. So plenty of blade to work with when you're working. It's a really great piece. It's got S35VN steel, which is built specifically for this type of knife. So let's look at our steel chart that we like to get in with you guys. As usual, we put this together with edge retention, toughness, and then corrosion resistance with these stainless properties. S35 really checks off all the boxes. You see here for edge retention, better than medium. It's just got a really good feel to it. And toughness, which is really important for this application of this particular knife, is really good. It's not as good as some of the crazier steels, but really up there high on the chart for toughness. Of course, you can use it you could probably pry something up with that, but I would not advise it, especially around the tip. Corrosion resistance is really cool about this knife because it really does, when you're out there, for these folks that are using the knife, they're going to be doing a lot of work outdoors, and you'll see that the stainless properties for S35VN are really, really good. So good overall steel for this particular type of knife. It's just a great piece. Now, you can get this in our store or on our website. Really, really nice piece. It's $224.95. That's a great price for something that's built like this, for this type of application of really hard working folks. And I really, really like that. So that'll do it today for the Seal XR from SOG. I hope you guys found this information helpful. And before you go, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And go ahead and ring that bell to make sure you get all the new content coming out whenever we release a video. That's it for today. And thank you guys for hanging out with me. And we'll see you next time.